going on, everyone? I'm glad you're here to join me tonight. We're going to talk about the e-scooters and electric scooters. When I say e-scooters, for example, being every single scooter in the United Kingdom at this present time is only for private land, which means it's not legal to be on road. But coming to the end of 2026, that all changes. Now today, let's head over to the computer real quick. I want to show you guys something before we do head over to anything else involving this story. In total, across the United Kingdom and Wales, more than likely Ireland as well, they have seized 5,800 electric scooters, 29 police forces between the 22nd, the 20th, 2022 to early 2025. They claim that they've been seizing them and destroying them, which we can see some odd clips here like this. I didn't realise that was here in the first place, but check this out. Ever wondered what happens to your electric scooter after it's been seized by the police?
Get here. So, how did we get here? More than 600 illegally used e-scooters have been seized in the first year of our new approach, and they've ended up here, ready to be recycled.
Well, we don't need to watch that. Let's get into today's story. But if you do want to go and check that out, this is where you can find it for yourself. It was posted on the 18th of December. Today's story is new e-scooter regulations for the UK. What are the law changes? Well, let's get into this story because it seems like there is big improvements coming to the United Kingdom for electric scooters.
TLDR, the UK government has confirmed plans to legalize private e-scooters on public roads by introducing new national safety regulations. The upcoming e-scooter legislation will enforce speed limits, mandate specific safety hardware, and implement a strict ban on riding on pavements. The UK government is officially moving to legalize the use of private e-scooters on public roads, a significant shift in transport policy confirmed. The new rules are set to address the thousands of unregulated scooters already in use across Britain's towns and cities. Transport Minister Heidi Alexander announced that the upcoming e-scooter legislation in the UK...
We can let it stop there. There's something I want to point out here. Mandatory hardware, right? It would definitely be mandatory. And the reason will be is that they'll want your scooter to be in a specific setting. For example, it won't be able to go over 15.5. More than likely, they're going to expect these scooters to not be able to be modified in any form of way. So it seems like England and a lot of e-scooter companies are more than likely going to bring out a more up-to-date scooter to meet these new regulations that will be coming into play. For example, being... was it this one here? Nope, I don't think it was. Okay, yeah, so this breaks down the whole new law that's meant to come into play.
Transport Secretary Heidi Alexander has confirmed that new UK e-scooter regulations will be introduced to legalize and regulate private e-scooter use while enforcing safety standards. Current legal status. Currently, privately owned e-scooters are illegal on public roads, cycle lanes, and pavements in the UK, as they are classified as motor vehicles and cannot meet insurance or licensing requirements. Only rental e-scooters are legal, operating in approved trial areas such as the West Midlands, where riders must be 18 or older, hold a provisional or full driving license, and adhere to speed limits of 12.5 miles per hour, 20.1 kilometers per hour, Despite this, an estimated over 1 million private e-scooters are in use, often ignoring the law.
Okay, so that just suggested that in the West Midlands, if you have a provisional license or a driver's license, you could use the scooter up to 12.5 miles per hour, 20.1 kilometers. I'm not too sure about that, actually. That's a bit confusing. Number one thing that you would have to look out for is that you won't be allowed to ride your scooter on the pavement. More than likely, when these new laws come into play and these new scooters start coming out, the only way that you are going to get your scooter taken away and destroyed is if you are caught by the police riding on the pavement. If you're caught riding an old scooter that doesn't meet the requirements, then more than likely you're going to take that as well still. So I think that's something that you all need to keep in mind.
New government rules will soon allow them on public roads and in cycle lanes. But what will this actually look like? The proposed e-scooter UK law requirements are reportedly stringent, aiming to standardize the vehicles flooding the market. We're looking at mandatory lights for visibility, specific braking systems, and hardware that physically limits top speeds. This move aims to bring private ownership in line with the official e-scooter rental trial schemes active since 2020. Those trials already enforce controls, such as requiring users to have a driving license for e-scooters. The government now wants to apply a similar level of regulation to the currently chaotic private market.
Now, the thing is, I don't see the market to be a bad place. Maybe not everybody should be allowed to have an electric scooter. That's the truth about it. You know, it's the same thing as an e-bike. Not everyone can control the speed that the scooter or the e-bike is pitting out. So accidents tend to happen. And as we gradually see through this, they tell you about kids getting injured, hospitals having a higher raise in accidents taking place, like injuries since 2019. We can just let this part play for you all.
The push for new e-scooter safety standards in the UK comes amid growing alarm from medical professionals. Doctors at Alder Hey Children's Hospital, for instance, have sounded the alarm over a significant increase in serious injuries since 2019.
So they've got all the paperwork to show proof. You know, it seems like this person here is the one that's in control. And, well, let's be real. This is the best option possible. You know, there's 5,800 scooters that have been seized. That's people getting fined, points on license, no insurance and all the rest of it. That comes to an end. And the thing is, I feel like this has been needed for a long time, because the government scheme, okay, which is, look, anyone can request a trial, right? And then you have to have their scooters and their system, which means people still use a provisional license to use the scooter for the government, or a driver's license. And every time you jump a light, the license put on the scooter is registered to the person that's renting it. So they know who's responsible for what. So they can see that it's been working, and more than likely come at the end of the year, 2026, people will probably start to receive fines and things like that for the scooters that they have been using. So if you are someone that ends up on one of these new scooters, that's something that you have to keep in mind. You can't jump the lights, ride in the pavement. If the scooter is going faster than it should be, they're going to know this information because they've been studying it since 2020. So that is, what, 6 years of data and information that has come back to them. So, yeah, it's quite, you know, a lot going on. But I think we've gone through everything for these scooters. Let me know what you think. I reckon by the end of 2026 it's going to be awesome, especially if you have a road legal scooter and you can use it to get around from A to B. Because that's all a lot of people are trying to do with their scooters, is just come and go, you know? So yeah. But on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.